Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about another topic related to COBOL, where we will learn about paragraphs or para. Now, paragraph or para is a very important topic of COBOL language because with the help of this, you can do various things. You can change the flow of your program. You can optimize your program code, right? So, before we start the discussion practically means before discussing the actual process of creating paragraph using paragraph, I want to tell you few things which is related to paragraph itself, like how to create the paragraph. Before that we should know what is the paragraph, right? So definition should be clear first. So in this session mainly we are going to do a theoretical session where we will understand what is paragraph, okay, what is the need of using paragraph. Then we will also see uh, like how uh, the rules, okay, how we can use the paragraph, what are the rules that we should follow, what are the conditions that should follow before executing the paragraph. Okay, so I think now it's clear. So I have noted down a couple of points for this. Let's walk through it. So here you can see uh, we have noted down some theoretical things. So let's, although like we in every session we go with the practical sessions, right? But this time there are some topics for which we need to understand the theoretical things as well. So these paragraph is also one of the topic which need theoretical description before we discuss the practical. So let's see what we have written here. In COBOL, a paragraph, often abbreviated as para, is a sequence of COBOL statements that is assigned a name. Okay, so in COBOL, you can see a paragraph, often abbreviated as a para, is a sequence of COBOL statement that is assigned a name. Para- Paragraphs are typically designed within the procedure division of a COBOL program. So mostly it is defined in a, typically it is defined in a within the procedure division of a COBOL program. Okay, so I think now paragraph definition is clear. Now in other words, if I explain you the same definition, then you can say that, let's say if there are some lines which is correlated, okay, or maybe some set of lines are there for which we want to give some label. Maybe some of you are aware of the label term because there is in other programming language we heard that term, the label. So label is nothing but a title, you can say, for the those set of line. So whenever you want to change your flow and you want to move your flow to that line, then in that case you can use this label, or here in COBOL we will call it as a paragraph or para. Okay, so paragraph, if someone asks you what is paragraph, then you can simply say one simple definition: a paragraph or para is a sequence of COBOL statements that is assigned a name. Paragraphs are typically defined within the procedure division of a COBOL program. Clear? Fine. Now we have paragraph name. Now what are the rules that we are supposed to follow for deciding the paragraph name? First is, it must start in area A of the line column 8 or earlier. Okay, so make sure that it should start from start in area A. Then we have must be unique within, oh sorry, let me reopen this. Yeah, so must be unique within the scope of the program. Okay, so always make sure that there is only one name, means if you have declared the paragraph with for example para one name, okay, so there should be only one para one throughout the program. Okay, and it should be unique, because if you are not using unique value, then it will give you error. It can contains letters, digits, hyphens and underscores. Okay, so you can use any of these things like letters, you can use digits, hyphens, underscore, you can make a combination of it. But one more rule is there, that you cannot start the paragraph name with digit or hyphen. So at initial there should be something as a character. You are not supposed to start it with a digit or hyphens. Clear? Then we have must be followed by a period. This is important thing, right? In COBOL we always use period or the dot in order to close the any name like paragraph or anything. Okay, so these are the paragraph naming rules. So I hope it is clear. Now we will discuss about the statement sequence. Statement within a paragraph must start in area A or area B, column 8 or 11. Statements can continue on to subsequent lines if they are exceed the line length limit. Okay, each statement must end with a period unless it is a continuous statement. So this is very important point. Like if you are using continuous statement, then in that case there should not be a period, right? But other than this, each statement must be end with a period. Clear? So these are the statement sequence pointers. Now we will talk about control flow statement. What is control flow statement? Use control flow statements like perform, go to, exit, and the manage. Use a control flow statement like perform, go to, exit to manage the flow of the execution between paragraphs. So as I mentioned earlier also, like paragraph can be used to change the flow of your program, right? So in that case you can use perform, go to, exit to manage the flow execution between paragraphs. Okay, then we have ensure that control flow statements are used appropriately to avoid infinite loops and unreachable code. Okay, so this is very important thing, because if you are using paragraph in order to change the flow, then it is our responsibility to make sure that we are not creating any infinite loop or unreachable code. So to figure out that, like what we can do, we can verify the each and every line of script that where we are using the control flow. Okay, like perform, go to, exit we can use in order to make it simple. Fine. Then we have parameters. Can include parameters in paragraph definition which act as a variable passed to paragraph. Then second point is parameters are defined in the procedure division header and must be used consistently in the paragraph. Okay, fine. Now we will talk about nested paragraph. So is it possible to create nested paragraph? Yes, it is. You can create or nest the paragraph within other paragraphs to create hierarchical structures. Use indentation or other visual cues to make the nested structure clear and understandable. Okay, so if you are nesting the structure, if you are nesting the paragraph, then make sure to make it clear and understandable. Okay, you can nest the paragraphs within the other paragraph to create the hierarchical structure. Then we have scope. Paragraph must have local scope visible only within the procedure division where they are defined, or global scope visible throughout the program. Okay, so this is all about the scope. Then we have naming convention. For naming convention, follow naming convention for clarity and consistency. Yes, like it is required for all kind of programming language and script, right? Because if you are not following proper naming convention, then it may cause some conflicts. So you can see, use meaningful names that describe the purpose of the paragraph. Okay, then we have commenting. Use comments to explain the purpose and functionality of each paragraph, because we are declaring, if you are defining multiple paragraphs, then each paragraph is having some functionality, right? So here we are supposed to implement the proper comments. Okay, so that we can make sure that yes, everything is understandable and precise and clear. Okay, comments can help other programmer and yourself and your future yourself understand the code more easily. Okay, so that's why it is always required to make sure that you are using comment, even not only in this script case, but in every scenario, in every kind of programming. So always make sure that you are using proper comments in order to make sure that it is understandable not only to you but other programmer as well. Okay, so yeah, I think now it is clear to all of you like how we are using paragraphs, what are the rules that we are supposed to follow, what is the definition that you can tell. Let's say if you are in an interview and someone asks you the definition related to paragraph or para in COBOL, and make sure always remember that someone might also ask you the question what is para, because para or paragraph is same thing. Para is just a abbreviated name of a paragraph. Okay, so always make sure that you are answering it properly with all by keeping these all things in a mind. So I request you to please keep a note of all these things. It will help you in the interview process. So yeah, that's all for today. And in the upcoming session, we will discuss some practical things related to paragraph. So yeah, thank you for watching Texture Myth.